family. Welcome back to the channel. This channel is called Khoisan Talks, where we talk everything Khoisan and African. Khoisan spirituality, Khoisan beliefs, Khoisan religions, and traditions, cultures. I am a Khoisan girl from South Africa. My name is Avicha, and my co-host on the other side. Can introduce me.
Thank you, sis, for that introduction. Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon. Good morning. I hope you had a blessed day. And my name is Jessica, and I'm from Southwest Africa, Namibia. I am Khoisan woman, and I'm delighted to be of service to all of you. So
Oh,
thank you,
beautiful.
sis, for that introduction. Right back to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, tonight's topic, tonight's discussion is about the negative energies and the positive energies and how that plays into our lives. Over the last couple of years, I have noticed that there's an increase, a vast increase of this negative energy. Where before a couple of years ago, when I was still young, this energy wasn't very common and wasn't very prevalent, or at least not in my immediate surroundings. Um, Families and communities used to get along well together. Um, there was no real disputes or unrest. Like you explained in previous videos, we used to go and have supper at each other's homes and play together, and our parents would talk, and the one's mother would be the other one's mother as well, and we knew we would be safe. Um, Here and there, you would get an auntie that is a little obnoxious. There's always that one in the road that wants to cause a bit of trouble. But those are the types of negative energies that I talk about, the ones that cause trouble, the ones that cause unrest. Somebody messaged me recently and told me that she doesn't understand why she keeps running into these negative energies because she herself has grown. She recognizes it now, but too late almost, after she's already invested so much into the relationship. Whether it is a family member, whether it is a friend, whether it is a spouse, um, a colleague, gosh, wherever you have relationships, these energies pop up. And I then had to explain to her. And so I thought, this is a very interesting topic. I think we should bring it to the viewers because I'm sure a lot of people would be interested to hear why. Why do I keep running into these people?
Mm,
Why do um I think I'm over it. I think I because you carry on with your day, become better, and all of a sudden you go through your meditations, you go through your cleansings, but you meet somebody and boom, you're back there, you know? So these are the types of energies that I want to talk about, the positive and the negative energies. First, I want us to focus on, or we are going to focus on, um, who are these negative energies? What are these negative energies? So I always like to think of the movies because somehow they always seem to get it right when it comes to
mm,
identifying us and explaining us. And I always call it the vampires, the ones that drain energy. And a vampire is somebody that has to keep on consuming the energy. The Because blood is energy, blood is life force. Our life
mm,
force is in our blood. And so the vampire drinking our blood, they literally take from our life force into themselves. And it's not like they can sustain it. So every time the vampire has to kill again, and the vampire has to kill again, more and more and more victims, because Otherwise, it cannot survive. Right? So that is that energy, that vampire energy, that negative energy. And you get them everywhere. Like I said, it can be a family member, colleague, spouse, sometimes even a child, you know? And so how do you then I have to figure out that how do we explain this? How do I explain this? How do we explain this to people?
Yeah.
Because this, yes, yes,
You said something about these energies that um take basically from people. It takes our
yes,
energies.
yes.
So let's say, for instance, you go. I'm just making an example now.
Mm,
So all of us know what happens when we go for blood transfusion. No, not transfusion, to donate blood.
mm,
So when you donate blood, you this is now what I'm explaining now is what it is exactly these energies does to us, and how we have to fight against it, and how we know that they are busy sucking our blood. Okay, you go for blood donation, and then you donate the blood, and afterwards you feel lightheaded, and then they will give you a apple or a juice, apple and a juice to eat afterwards. So once these people enter your life, like my sister said, whether it's a spouse, a family member, even your child, a friend, doesn't matter. Once these people enter your life, there's a specific person that always calls you. Like I could identify later. I just decided for some time I'm not going to answer a certain person's call. Be sorry, because when she called me after I've spoken with her, oh, it felt like I was just like meditating for 3 days. But once I spoke with that specific individual, my whole energy is gone, gone with the wind. So I just had to come back home once we were at a restaurant together. I had to come back home and sleep, and I slept the whole afternoon because that person, they started, usually they what how they started is like this. Usually they would start with making nice conversation, and then the conversation flows quite well, and all of a sudden they will drop a bomb, and then you are coming from 100 to 50, and you wonder now in within yourself, what happened now. The conversation was so flowy in the beginning, but here somewhere in the middle it dropped from 100 to 50, meaning just with that one sentence, because then that person will start to complain, the person will start to talk down on other people. So that's the type of vampires we are talking about. That's the type of energies we are talking about.
mm,
I would
mm,
like to say more, sis, but
mm,
please continue.
mm. It's interesting that you made the analogy with the donation of the blood. And after you've given blood, how you feel daisy and you feel woozy afterwards. And you have to replenish your energy because energy was extracted from you. And so, no, I just want to let the viewers know that we are not actually talking about somebody literally taking your blood out
Yes,
of you.
yes,
Not a literal. We are talking about energy. And so, we are energy. And so, we can give and we can receive energy because energy is something that can be transferred, whether it is energy from a light or from food. You eat something, it has energy in it, it goes into your body, rejuvenates you, and it is energy. So everything around us, our universe consists of energy, and how these energies interact with us and how we interact with the energies. And so coming to somebody who's had a who has donated blood, and that woozy feeling, that is the same as somebody like my sister explained in her story when she met this person, and she was fine, she was meditating, she was in a god mind, in high spirits. You are in high spirits, and all of a sudden you come around certain types of people, and you feel tired and you feel drained and you feel like I need to eat something or I need to sleep, because you need to replenish, because there was literally an energy exchange going on without you even realizing it. There was an energy
Yes.
exchange going. And so, how do you identify these individuals? Maybe we should start at the beginning and say what creates these energies. Because these types of energies is not something that we are born with.
Mm.
Something happens to the individual, normally a very traumatic event or several traumatic events happens to this person, and trauma shapes our way of thinking, it shapes the way we view the world, it shapes the way we make decisions, it shapes everything. Trauma shapes everything. There's as well as happiness also shapes. But like I said, in the last 20-25 years, the negative energies have become so high and so prevalent that now it is more to me. I meet people more who are dealing with people in a negative, that are in a negative, because in my line of work, working with energies, the negative ones, this is another telltale sign of them. They never seek help. They never, ever, ever seek help. And if they do seek help, it is out of manipulation. They're still trying to manipulate the other party. And so they come
Mm.
in. But I think they realize that if, for myself, a spiritual healer, I work with energy. I can feel if the energy is not right. So why you? And they normally just come for one session and I'll never see them again, because I bring up the true energies. Right?
Mm.
So
Mm.
my line of work, I normally meet those who have had dealings with these negative energies. And then they come to me, like you say, after you've given blood, they are tired,
Mm.
broken down,
Yes.
cannot make sense of anything anymore. What is real? What is not? I tried so hard. I put everything in it. I did whatever I could. You gave of the energy of yourself. This is energy exchange. And so too, you received from this person. Very important. It is not just a one way. They don't just take, they can give too. And so you take on that negative energy. But let's revert back to how it all started with trauma as a child, because nobody's born this
Mm.
way. And normally I tell people there must have been some type of trauma in the child's life or in the adult's life, in the person's life, in the being's life.
Mm.
It was either trauma caused by the parent, trauma caused by bullying. Bullying is another big thing for children. Um, any type of abuse, whether it is emotional abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, it it affects these people very badly. But it normally is the and the people it affects the worst. And this is so unfortunate. The people it affects the worst are the chosen ones.
Mm.
The chosen ones, the chosen ones are the ones who turn out like Hitler. The chosen ones are the one who turns out like maybe your ex-husband or your ex-wife, or if this sounds familiar, what we are talking about. That is why those two negative and positives always attract one another. Because at some point they were connected. The energies were the same. Good chosen people. And then something happens to them. Very traumatic event. Abuse, bad abuse.
Yes.
Now, this happens to most of the ones, the gifted ones. It happens to them. Because another person with a vampire energy preyed on them. A vampire energy came and preyed on them, made them become vampires, and then they prey on others. Because once the vampire bites you in your neck, you're a vampire. Right? If the toxins kick in, you're a vampire. Unless somebody is there and they can cut out the toxins and pull it out. And normally, I say this is normally, it happens with the ones who are pure of nature. The abuse also happens to them. It happens to all the ones, the chosen ones. But you get those that go into negative energy, and you're those that go into positive energy, and them two always attract one another. And so the one that turns towards the light, the positive one, that is normally the one that works through the trauma, analyzes the trauma. This happened to me.
Yes.
I feel this made me feel uncomfortable. Father, help me. Surely this is not good. This is not how life is supposed to be. Where the other side, the negative side, they go in this direction when I hear them talk. This will never happen to me again. This will never happen to me again, and I will make sure that I dominate. I will make sure that I control. I will make sure that I am king of my castle. We both want kings of our castles. The positive and the negative wants to be king of their castle. But the positive one, this is how you distinguish the positive from the negative one. The positive one will always go for the kingship, bringing others with, empowering others as they go along. The negative one, who wants to be king of the castle, only empowers themselves. They are
Yes.
out for number one. Whatever they want, how they want it, when they want it. They don't care. They'll make connections. They'll make connections. But it is not to help and to uplift as a family or as a unit or as a team. The one, this negative is always out for self, always, under all circumstances. And they both can manipulate too, I've noticed. But the positive one will always, you will always see them. They'll bring a group of people with them. And
Mm.
they'll encourage whoever they are leading, they will encourage by positive love and affection and compassion and encouragement. With the other one, the negative one, will always tell you how bad you are doing and how you should try to work harder to make them feel better. If that makes, yeah. I don't think, because
Yeah.
you told me something earlier. Yes, 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 yes,
Yes.
yes.
Um, so I want to add something on the sexual energies. You mentioned something about the sexual energy. So this is now for the people who is in marriages, people who is in relationships, especially people that had their things like things are together, things are okay. So abstain from having multiple partners.
Mm.
Stay with your one person because you might think, I'm just talking like normally here. I'm not referring to anybody. But I saw 3 years ago how this type of energy destroyed a family. It
Mm.
literally destroyed a family
Mm.
because the husband went out and got a girlfriend, and the girlfriend had three other boyfriends. And
All that
so
energy together. All those
all
energies
that
mingled
energy.
together.
So the wife was busy studying. The husband's wife, she was studying. And
This
their
is the innocent
household
part.
were,
Yeah, she's the innocent one.
yes, yes. So they had, everything was, let me say, they had enough. They had enough. And there were of everything in the household. They had their houses, they had two houses, they had cars. And within 1 year, all of a sudden, everything just started to go wrong. The
Mm.
wife couldn't finish her studies. The
Wow.
husband ended up in bars and with more than three partners later on. And what happened there was all those other partners that he was with was having other partners, which is also having other partners. So all that energy, imagine the husband went. He just had an energy of let's say financial loss. All of a sudden he's having all these other negative energies, and all that energies he bring back home, leave it with his wife, because these people have sexual they are having sexual intercourse, and through that the wife picked up all these energies, and she started not concentrating on her studies, having bitterness in her. Imagine, the wife was a happy person, all of a sudden she's stressed, she's bitter, she's angry all the time. So that is what happens when you take on
That,
other
yes, that is
energies.
one way. That is one way. Sexual energies is probably, in my opinion, one of the strongest ways um to engage the energies. I can't imagine something stronger than that. Taking something into your physical self and through portals that creates life. So I that is why I think it is probably the worst trauma energy that you can leave on a person. And I think many of them who do these types of things, they've realized that this gives me energy, this gives me power, this makes me feel nice.
Yes,
Because
yes,
the stronger the yes, the stronger the dominance, the stronger the and the more innocent the life, the more innocent the life, the more energy they can attract from this person. So another thing that my patients also ask me, my clients also ask me, why does it keep happening? I've learned this lesson. I shouldn't be, but they don't understand that they have to look within themselves. So now we get to the what do we do?
mm,
How do I identify them? How do I know? Firstly, abstain from sex. If it's a sexual thing, practice abstinence. Please, for your own safety. Practice abstinence for your own safety. If you are in a relationship, make sure that the partner that you are with has the same morals and values that you do. And it's quick to know if somebody doesn't have the same morals and values. You don't have to wait very long. You'll
Can
see it
I can I
quickly.
add can I add something there?
Yes.
Um, you must write down like what it is you want in a partner, like my sister said. Now, if that person you meet doesn't meet that you've write down, that you've wrote down, then that is not your person.
Yes.
First,
Yes.
first you have to
Yes.
do that.
Yes. Yes. But I've also noticed this, that these negative energies, they're very smart, smarter than us when it comes to these things.
They
When it
are.
comes to
Mm,
manipulation, yes. When it comes to so these people, another way that you can identify them is by certain criterias. They all have certain um, ways of being energetic. If we're talking about energy, their morals. But it's don't look at it as morals, look at it as energy, right? The way they interact with you energetically. Because we are energy beings. So what we know about them is they are very smart because they have decided that nothing and no one is going to take anything from them ever again. And they will do whatever. They don't even care. They'll beg, they'll borrow, they'll steal, they'll murder, they'll lie. Anything that you can think of, they will do. So now you meet the person. This person is everything. Everything you wish for, you are like, oh my God, you are the thing I wrote about in my book. Right? That is why I say practice abstinence.
mm,
Can be fooled.
yes.
In all things, practice abstinence because you can be fooled. Abstinence meaning not only sexually, but friendship too. People meet one another tomorrow and they become friends, best friends, tell you everything, your whole life. You invite them to your home.
Mm,
You invite them around your children. Because somebody told you something you like. Is that all it takes? My father used
and,
to say
and
something, and I'm
and we are so in such a rush to just bring the person around your kids, and this is now to women, like my sister
and
said.
men, and men do it too.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Mm,
You get them on both sides. This is not a gender thing. This is an energy thing. You see? Mm, mm, mm. So make sure that the energy, it doesn't mean because like I said, they can manipulate. Because when I talk to men and women who this has happened to, and it happens a lot, they all tell me the same thing. This person sounded like a dream. This person sounded like a dream. The first few months was bliss, paradise, honeymoon. Sometimes it's a week. I don't know. Depends how bad this person is, right? But this person sounds like a complete dream. To you, everything sounds right. He works, he drives a nice car, he's got a house of his own, he's taking care of the kids, according to what he's telling you. He's or she is taking care of the kids on her own, and and very soon after, and I always tell you, sis, and D, I always tell you guys, I don't like charming people. They freak me out. They are always, listen to me. This is a dead giveaway for people like that. They are extremely charming. They are probably the most charming people you will meet. They know exactly
Yeah,
what to say. Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
So
Go ahead, sis.
if someone sees me on the street or inbox me and tell me, "Oh, hi, beautiful," then I tell that person, "Come on, get straight to the point. Get straight to the
Mm,
point."
mm,
Because when
mm,
that person starts a conversation like that, my
mm,
my antennas are like,
mm, mm,
you see how my fingers vibrate, my things go
mm,
on. Yes.
mm,
So
mm,
I hate it when people, especially when men inbox me or when they pass by me in the street and they are like, "Hi, beautiful." I mean, that's all they will say. No constructive conversations ever.
mm,
Just ask
mm,
you from where are you, how old are you, and then they would jump the conversation to they want this and this and this. Now that for me is a red flag.
mm.
I think the man what that's supposed to sweep me off my feet. He must probably come say something I've never heard before. Something like some word I think that didn't exist. Like you really have to come and make a conversation with me. You must actually come and have a soul talk with me. A soul talk.
Mm, mm,
Saying a lot without saying anything.
mm, mm,
Mm.
mm. I I tell people don't. It doesn't matter what this person does. Anybody, when you meet somebody, if you want to start a relationship with somebody, please be careful. Whether it's a friend, whether it's a colleague at work, whether it's a spouse, whether it's a parent, I do give grace when it comes to the parents and the children. When it comes to counseling, I do say we take it as far as we can. If it becomes a point of the contention becomes so much that it starts hurting the self, then I normally tell them to back away. But if it's just a friend or a spouse that you're meeting or somebody, I say they're gonna tell you the most beautiful of things. They might take you out for the best suppers. They might buy you the nicest dress for the supper that you're about to have. And then book you for a weekend. They say thank you. This was lovely. I really enjoyed myself. I hope we can do it again.
Yes.
Yes. But they lay it on so thick for a reason. Because they want to get you there. Where you are being manipulated, where you have lowered your guard. Oh my God, this person is amazing. Tells me the best of words, compliments me, whatever. Takes me out for suppers, nice restaurants, invites my family over. Are you frozen? Oh no, she's frozen. I was wondering why your face. I was wondering why your face was looking so.
Yours also.
Yeah, just froze.
Mm.
But yes, and then let's just fast forward the relationship now. Say you don't know about these things. You don't know about how energies are made, what are positive energies, what are negative energies, and all you want to be is be a good person and be around good people. And you meet these people and they pretend to be good because they are the great pretenders. They are the great
Yeah.
manipulators. great manipulators, great pretenders. I tell those people that come to me for counseling, you don't know how to deal with that energy. Don't think you're going to change them. Don't
mm,
think they're going to change for you. They would have shown you already. If you are at the point where you are sitting in front of me, your spirit is broken. Because nobody who is positive like that will take anybody to a point where their spirit is broken.
mm,
It's not even that the spirit is broken, it's that that energy has been so sucked that you can't regenerate fast enough. So your light dims and you go into that negative frame of mind. You can't even be in your God mind anymore.
mm,
Because all you keep thinking of is what is happening to me and this energy that's being exchanged and how you feel. And oh, it's draining. It causes things like depression. People tell me they feel depressed or they feel anxious or they are just very tired or this is now at the very late stages. When I meet them, they are normally very angry. When I meet them, they are so angry. But I tell them, you're not angry at this other person. The person you're angry with is yourself. Let's talk about that.
mm, mm,
And how can you fortify yourself? How can you make yourself strong enough so that when these energies come, you can say, oh, I see you. That's you.
mm.
Mm. I don't
So,
know. What is
sis,
that?
there is also another thing of food.
Mm.
Um, you know that a friend of mine is currently in Johannesburg for training.
Yes, 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 yes. Blessings,
Yeah,
blessings, blessings, blessings,
yes.
blessings.
So
May our Father be with you.
she mentioned something yesterday, and this is exactly how I feel. When you eat certain foods, when
Mm.
you eat that, when you eat, I always tell the people, if you eat meat, you eat a dead thing, a
Mm.
thing that's dead.
Mm.
So that also attracts where when meat is slaughtered, it dies. I mean, when a goat is slaughtered, it dies. So they serve meat at restaurants. And there's some energies that seek out such places where when you eat meat, you are always in low vibration.
Mm.
So this friend of mine, she told me yesterday that whenever she goes during the week, she's in Johannesburg for training weekend. She's here back in Namibia. So she said every time for the past 3 weeks, when she goes to Johannesburg to a certain hotel, um, when she eats meat that side, I'm not saying it's South Africa. Sorry, South Africans, I'm not discriminating.
We take
so,
no offense.
so she's saying that whenever she eats this meat, and she loves meat, it's like she eats three types of meat, and then she told me, and I was just like listening to her because we were video calling, and I listened to her, and I looked at her, and she's like, whenever I eat meat, I'm just so angry. And she said she is tired. And
Mm.
then I told her the reason you are angry and tired is because of that so much meat that you are eating. I even feel disgusted by you eating that meat. And she's like, but how can food make me feel this way? Then I explained to her that
Mm.
it could probably not be the food, but I can bet on it that it's the meat, definitely the meat, and people that prepares the food. So these energies that prepares the food, people are coming from different houses with different issues. So once you prepare the food, Try to bless the food. That's why we were taught to bless the
To
food before
pray,
consuming.
pray before you eat. Yes, pray before
Yes,
you eat.
yes.
Yes, yes, pray
So
before you drink.
with that prayer, you say, bless this food. You cancel every negativity, every feeling, so that you cannot consume that food.
Mm, mm,
So whatever prayer you want to pray, pray on the food. You don't need to pray the prayer we all know. Just pray a specific prayer which you feel comfortable. And then bless the food, eat the food. Because at the end of the day, it's also important that one has to see whatever you consume, because whatever you put in your mouth also gives you that different types of energies, because
mm,
not all of us know who prepares the food. Some of us know who did prepare the food, like especially when you go eat at someone's house, you will know that Jessica or Sabiha prepared the food. So, but then you still have to bless the food before consuming the
yes,
food. So,
yes, always, always.
food, food is also part of this low vibe energy that attracts. I mean, that's the cause of this vampire energy that drains you. That, like for me, for instance, if I eat a certain type of food, I get tired. Like for real. Then I don't want to pray. I don't want to talk to anybody. So be mindful. They say you are what you eat.
Mm,
Yeah. So that's also part of what we are discussing tonight, I
mm,
think.
definitely, definitely. Because food is energy. Like we said, you eat something, it turns into glucose. Glucose is energy. The glucose goes through our bodies. The glucose goes into our muscle. It strengthens the muscle. It's literally the energy that makes us move, right? It's a form of energy. So if this that you are putting in your mouth that you are consuming is a form of energy, you need to make sure that whatever energy you are intaking is positive. So one way to do that, like you said, sis, is pray over the food. And I like to say, Father, whatever I consume, may it be nourishing to my body and pleasing to my soul. May it nourish
Mm,
my body and please my soul. That is normally, yeah, what I pray. But pray you have to, because absolutely food is energy. And it can be tested. This energy can be tested. I'm also a nutritionist to those who are new to the channel. So I understand how food works. Um, we can calculate the amount of energy that you that the body gets from eating foods. So I tell people, eat the
mm,
green food. Um, we are close in DNA to the trees, so eat anything green. It is good for you because we are so
mm,
closely related in DNA to the trees. Drink lots of water. We are closely related to the jellyfish. It's a water creature. So eat greens, lots of water, sun, melanin, all these things. These things help to um, keep your energy positive and also not naive.
mm,
Yes, because a lot of times these things happen because we also. Me too. I'm guilty. Sometimes then I tell myself, "Oh no, that happened because you were naive." So, what are you doing wrong? Are you exercising? Are you eating right? Are you praying? Are you meditating? Who are you engaging with? Something is off balance when I fall into the trap of naivety. Mm, mm,
mm. Yeah. So when you go outside in the sun, don't just sit there and please. this is now just from me to you viewers that when you go outside to the sun, breathe in that heat, feel the
mm,
heat flowing through your whole body.
mm, mm,
Do something, pray on it.
mm,
Speak life into yourself
mm,
because the sun gives us, it rejuvenates us, it gives
mm,
us energy. In
mm,
Afrikaans, dear viewers, we call it uh, um, the sun is die son, is die bron van lig, something like that. So it's quite a powerful element. It's quite a powerful element, and we can get from it. It's good for our skin, our melanin skin. It's good for a lot of things. That's why it's needed to go sit in the sun. I always tell my children, go sit in the sun a bit. Just go sit. And so, yeah, like my sister
yeah,
said, we need to.
the sun, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm,
The sun can also be used as a cleansing. Say you are now with this negative energy and you don't know how to get rid of it. It becomes
mm,
even palatable. People tell me I have dreams, or something in my spirit tells me something isn't right, or just look over your shoulder and I see the person all of a sudden just because of the energy that they are sending. Or
yes.
the person might be on their way. You don't even know the person is on their way. You start feeling anxious. The next minute, the person walks through the house or walks through the door, not through the house, through the door. So you can sense these energies. You are in this relationship. This person is draining you. You can start sensing it. Strange things are happening to you. Nightmares is a telltale sign. Um, Paralysis in sleep is one of the biggest signs. Like charm is a big sign to identify them. Once you are in the relationship and the relationship is very negative or there's negativity going on around you, normally there will be paralysis. Paralysis means when you are asleep and you can't move, the feeling is almost like something is choking you or something is sitting on you or things are happening and you can't move, you are frozen, you can't talk, you can't shout, you don't know if you're awake, if you're asleep. Sleep paralysis. Normally
Mm,
when you are with such a person, you experience a lot of sleep paralysis as well. And sitting in the sun, rejuvenating yourself, just giving yourself some love, eating good food, exercise. That is why a lot of these women, they go on these diets, they cut their hair, going on the diet and meditating. They know what to do, but they don't know how to identify the person. And so when the energy shows up again in their life, and it's a continuous cycle, they go through the cycle with the person. I had to cut my hair again. Every year they're on a diet. Every year their hair's another. Every year they change their
mm,
clothes. Whole transformations going on because they just don't understand why they keep attracting. And after they've attracted this person and they are in the cycle of abuse and they are in the cycle of destruction, and they finally realize, oh no, I have to get out of here. They go through the process of transformation, their meditations, their eating, their sleeping, they right. And so they think, no, I'm better now. I
mm,
can go out into the world. The next person I'm attracting, the next person I'm manifesting is the one. And they just attract the same vampiric energy.
mm,
Because like I said in the beginning of the video, the positive of the vampire, the negative energy that is the vampire, and the positive energy of the one, the healer, the chosen, the whatever you want to call them, child of God, whatever you want to call them, they are attracted to one another because at first they started off as the one, they both started off as the same thing. And trauma separated which way they went. And so you must know that your first thing, you will be attracting these types of energies. That is why you must wait and make sure that you are not a vampire that is coming because I'm now full of energy again. I've done my baths, my sacred baths, I've done my meditations, I'm on my prayer, I'm on my diet, I'm on that time. Because you're exuding energy. And they come into your life and they fall off the wagon.
Yeah,
Mm.
sis, I think it's more difficult. I won't say difficult, sorry viewers. It will be a bit of a challenge for those people that's in such marriages.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge for those people because you have to deal with that type of energy every single day of your life. So I have a short thing that I wrote down for those ones that's in such marriages or relationships that just say just say it out loud every morning or every evening. You can even say it before you go to bed. Go let that be the last thing you say before you go to bed.
Mm.
So you just say when they think when they think they have some type of effect on me and I am spiritually solid and nothing can phase or destroy me.
Mm.
I am spiritually solid.
Mm.
Nothing can phase or destroy me. Say that.
Mm.
I will put it
Mm.
in the comment section and yeah. So
Inshallah,
please,
inshallah,
yes,
inshallah. Because if
please
it's not
say
in the
that.
comments, just come back to the video. Just record it or something. Yeah, make a time.
Yes,
What I can do is
yes.
make a time. Yeah, timestamp. Yeah, yeah.
Mm, mm, yes, yes. So viewers, be mindful of who you allow within your, I always like to say within your aura, within your sphere, within your little universe here around you.
Mm.
Be very careful and try your best to stay within your God mind. Because when you are in your God mind, it's very difficult for people to project things on you.
Mm.
We spoke about this thing somewhere last week, sis, and I explained to you. I always had this thing of whenever I was around people who have this negative talks, all of a sudden, then I would block out. I would just like come around when someone asks me, "Oh, what do you think?" Then I will be like, then I've missed half of the conversation.
Mm.
And then you said that it was my soul. My soul protected me.
Mm. Mm.
So if you ever encounter something like that, viewers, just know it's your soul that's protecting.
Mm. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Our souls have one goal to get us to the destination or the path that we chose, right? So your soul always guide you. Um, I was just sitting here thinking, once you are in the marriage and you know, say you are in the marriage, this normally happens. You start, people tell me it starts with a headache. I get a headache a lot. Or their shoulders and their necks are tight a lot, or their lower back spasms. It's always either headaches, neck pain, shoulder pain, lower back pain. That is the that is how it starts off. Then they start getting the paralysis dreams and the nightmares. Um, the next is, and that nightmare, that paralysis in the dream gets brought into the reality. So during the day, when they are awake, they experience dread, anxiety, fear, anxiousness. I'm always walking on eggshells, they tell me. I'm always walking on eggshells. So those are the things that you must, if you become like that, it's a sign, right? That you are dealing with a negative energy. Another thing that these energies always do across the board, these are things that I'm telling you that you cannot misjudge. They will have these traits. It doesn't mean anything else than what it is. These are these people. They start off very charming, like I said. Um, but then very soon, the relationship starts changing from this romance and charm to all of a sudden this person starts telling you how bad you made them look out of the blue. You get home and the person says, you made me look bad. I didn't like that. And you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know that. I didn't
mm,
even mean it that way. The next day, comes home, bad mood. Ask, what's wrong? What happened? Had a bad day at work. Because this morning when I was supposed to be up early, you were snoring all night. And so I couldn't
mm.
sleep, and so I had a bad day. So now this person is giving you cues to adjust yourself. Right? Now all of a sudden you are very weary about the conversations you had, who you're having conversations with, how you are sleeping, how you're walking, how you're talking. Everything becomes a negative. They start attacking your character and blaming you for things that made them feel inferior or made them feel lower or bad. They also then, that I also want to remember about these energies and what they do is they will sometimes come across as being needy. I'll make an example maybe. They'll say, you'll ask them, how are you? This is want to use you. You'll ask them, how are you? And then they say, no, I'm doing well and everything is well. And how are you? And everything is well. And da, da, da. And then all of a sudden, the manipulation comes in. They'll say, like, I'm struggling a bit at work. And, or I'm struggling a bit financially. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay, they don't ask you for anything. They don't ask you for nothing. They just keep reinforcing the idea that they are in a situation of struggle.
Mm,
Whether it is financial, whether it is emotional, whether it is nobody loves me, nobody cares for me. It's always a woe is me situation. After this person displays some type of almost bravado type of energy, and now all of a sudden you're the small person, what happened? The energies are not stable and concise. The energies fluctuates on how they want to manipulate you.
or you will
Does that?
you will go out. Yes, you will go out on dinner with
Yes,
friends,
yes,
and you
yes.
will sit by the table, and the person will ask you, "Why do you laugh so hard?"
That's another good
Or
one.
why,
Yeah.
or why do you,
Why do you
why do
talk so loud?
you, why do you talk so loud? Why do you dance with that man? Or why
Yes.
did you dance with that woman?
Mm,
And you will be sitting there. The two of you exit the house together. And then you come into the restaurant and the person will ask you, why did you wear that color tonight? But you were
mm,
just like You came together from the house and he would embarrass you, or she would embarrass you in
mm,
front of your friends or whoever you have dinner with.
mm, mm,
So, those are the type of things we are talking about.
yeah.
Oh,
No,
you will make
no.
your,
Sorry, sis, just to cut you off because I just remembered. I just wanted to finish this one part about
yeah,
this person who says that um they always they set you up for I am in need. Don't ask me for anything. Don't ask me for anything. I'm the one in need.
mm, mm,
Right? Right? Although the situation is not even like that. They are not in need. You can see it, but what do you mean you are in need? You have a nice job, you earn a nice salary, you have a partner that helps you. But not even if you have a partner, but I can see things are not going as bad as you make it. I think I'm in a worse situation than you are.
mm,
And then boom, they
mm,
ask you for something. After they've
mm,
manipulated you enough by telling you how bad things are going and how tough things are going and oh, but I'm just and also another thing about these people, they are very they throw God's name out there all the time. God and Jesus, God and Jesus, God and Jesus.
mm.
It's
Yeah.
just forms of manipulation. They are master. I call them master manipulators, and you cannot
Mm.
win. People like us cannot win against them. You can be your family member. I'm not saying don't interact with your family member, but no, whatever they tell you is to manipulate. And then I tell people if you come across people who immediately start off with because they always will tell you their traumas. They will tell you their traumas. They'll tell
Mm.
you my mommy hit me, my daddy abused me, my granny ate my food up, I had to go sleep without my brother hit me, nobody liked me, da ra 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 ra. It it is said to manipulate you. Or the sister will come to the other sister and say something happened to her and she's only trying her best and I'm trying to help everybody and boom she asks you for something. She's
Because
setting
I, mm,
they always set you
mm,
up to get the energy. It's a setup.
yes,
Yes, it's a
yes.
shake
Mm.
a
I always
shakedown.
tell, I always tell people when they come to me, they come like this. Some people come like this.
Yes, yes.
Oh, hi, how are you? I'm good, how are you? And then you will hear, the next thing you will hear is, did you hear that who and who bought the car and he went out with another woman? And then I will tell that person, get to the point, come to the
Mm,
point. Because when someone starts off like that, he or she usually needs something from you.
mm,
Because the
mm,
next thing that follows is, don't you have something for me to borrow me? Or please come and take me when, where? Or, people always come with these funny things. And
they
like my
butter their
sister
master
said,
manipulators. They are master
mm,
manipulators.
and
Masters. In fact, some
unfortunately for them, I don't gossip. I don't tolerate gossiping around me. I don't. Mm-mm.
mm, mm,
I will either stop you or I will either just look at you.
mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm. I walk away completely. I don't have time for that energy. But the thing that I
Mm,
want to also reiterate is that this energy is dangerous. I know we
mm,
are having a light conversation about it, but this is a very dangerous energy. This energy can kill, physically kill in a coffin.
mm, mm,
This energy can destroy you emotionally to a point where there's no return. This energy can destroy you financially to a point where there's no return. This energy can divide you with the rest of your family to a point where there's no return.
mm,
This is not an energy that we must play with. This is actually a very serious subject that we are on about. Because the people that I've counseled, they are completely and utterly broken. It takes me up to a year to get them back to where they a y- in hospital, to tell somebody it's going to take you a year to recover is a very, you are sick.
mm,
You amputate, we give 6 months for it to heal of an amputation. But this emotional, the soul sucking vampires, it can take you a year, even if you realize I need help. And by the time
mm,
you get help, because it starts off with headaches, it becomes physical too. People, your it's not just that they drain you financially, they drain you emotionally, it becomes physical. So a lot of the times when I first get these people, I meet them as clients, they have very tight shoulders, or they have very tight
mm,
necks, or they experience headaches, lower back pain, things like that. Because they this energy is so toxic that it destroys the mind first, and whatever destroys the mind destroys the body. So they go after the mind first. They don't have to hit you, physically box you.
mm,
All they have to do is just say some words, exchange some energies, and down you go in hospital.
mm,
People
mm,
experience hypertension, people experience chronic heart disease, people experience severe cases of migraines. Also, a telltale sign is unexplained pain. Unexplained pain. I also tell people, check who's around you, what's happening around you.
mm,
Yes. Fibroids in females, I say check who's around you. Those are the two things that I say check who's around you. Unexplained
mm,
pain, not undiagnosed, can't be diagnosed pain, unexplained pain. Look who's around you. Fibroids in the female's womb, or wherever you find fibroids in the reproductive system, check who's around you. There's nonsense
mm.
happening because this energy, like I said, it can kill. It can physically, eventually it does physically harm you. So take this serious. Take this very serious when encountering these people.
Yes.
The telltale signs are they have severe um, abuse, trauma as a child, severe. Um, they will grow up. Um, Most of the time, they are quiet people. I found they are quiet people in the beginning stages. Yes, because now they become observers. They're just watching. How does this world move? How does this world play? How do I? They study the world. They study everything. They are master manipulators. Things that you didn't even think to take note of. They take note of those things.
Mm,
Very smart, extremely intelligent. They are. Jeffrey Dahmer. Um. Uh. Gosh, name me. I'm not just talking serial killers, even because these are the type of energies that we are talking about. They serial kill you emotionally. They serial kill you. They are serial killers of the soul. They are serial killers. Mm. So our discussion is going on quite long tonight. Yeah. You can talk about this forever, but just to reiterate, severe trauma as a child has very low self-esteem, displays self-bravado, does not like to be
mm,
questioned, does not like to be confronted.
mm.
Yes, does not like to take responsibility. Never, they never take responsibility. Um, That's another sign for you to look at. Um, Now,
I
if you
think
look at,
also they also don't
yeah,
want to share. They don't like to share as well.
yes, yes. Oh, that's also another thing. They will share in the beginning when they are still in that honeymoon phase. They will share,
Mm.
but as soon as they feel like they've given enough and that the manipulation is solid, they will become extremely stingy. Oh my
Mm.
goodness, they do not like sharing. You can't take something off their
Mm.
plate and put it in your mouth and think it's romantic. They don't like that. You don't take nothing, right? Um, there are some people who don't like you to eat off their plate. Doesn't mean that they are that kind of person. But I'm saying in every aspect of this person's life, it's about them and what belongs to them.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yeah.
to those of you who are positive, to those of you who are experiencing these vampiric energies, I just want to reiterate that this is not something that you should take lightly. This is not an energy you want to play with. This is an
Sorry
energy
for
you
the
want
low quality. Someone
to.
just messaged there. Sorry, sorry, sorry for the low quality. We are working on that, viewer. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. We are working on that. Thank you so much for that.
Blessed be, we are working, we are working. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be. And so these energies can cause severe trauma, severe distress. It can, it is very destructive. It is only there to destroy. It is not a energy that wants to build family or solidify. Or it's all about them. And in psychology, um, sometimes they are identified as psychopaths as well. Um, we are not, we are, please, if to everybody, we are not um, psychologists or psychiatrists, but the people that do come to me that they have affected tell me that when they went for a medical assessment, um, they either came back as um, psychopaths or sociopaths or this narcissistic personality disorder. Um, and the ones who are really bad, the ones who are extreme manipulators, where they leave just destruction in their wake, psychopaths, psychologists and psychiatrists, certain psychologists and psychiatrists are not trained even to work with these people. They can manipulate a psychologist and a psychiatrist. Normally, they just medicate them.
Mm.
But don't think you can change this person. If you feel like this is the type of energy that I am living with, working with, get out. Get out. Get out now, get out soon, and don't look back. And thank Almighty God for getting you till where you are. I said to my sister, she and the other friend of ours, they were in a space of where these energies were prevalent. And I said to you guys, I don't know how you guys made it. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's
Mm.
incredible that you came out still being of light and still choosing
Mm.
the yes, the
Mm.
path of God.
Mm.
And just talking on a spiritual note, the energy that we serve is the energy of love, compassion, understanding, forgiveness, empathy, um, creation, unity. That is the
Kindness. Mm.
kindness, respect, sacredness and righteousness
Mm. Mm.
is the great source that we bow to. They don't. They don't care what they call themselves. They don't. They bow to something
Mm.
else.
Mm.
I don't care if they call themselves a Muslim. I don't care if they call themselves a Christian. I don't care if they call themselves a Jew. I don't care if they pray every Sunday they in church. If they're Muslim, they pray 5 times a day. They are the ones doing the collecting, doing the charity. They will be there because remember, it's all about getting your energy, manipulating.
Mm. Mm.
Mm. So they are very charming. They always look like they are the best guy or the best girl in
Yes.
the room, in the
Yes.
house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Standing there with her red dress and
Mm.
flawless
Oh, the
hair.
Matrix, the Matrix, the Matrix. Yes, the red dress and the yes, yes.
It's all of that is a facade.
It's a
It's
facade.
not
It's an
real.
illusion. It's an
It's
illusion.
not real.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. If it's not righteousness and sacredness, the two makes a whole. If one of those are gone, it is not a whole, which makes it an illusion.
Mm.
Because a
Yeah.
whole apple, you can turn it right around and it will be a whole apple. But if the back of the
Mm.
apple is bit and you look at the front of it, it looks whole. Apple looks whole, but it's only an illusion because when you turn the apple, there's a hole in at the back.
Mm.
Righteousness, sacredness, these two must
Mm.
match.
Always. Always.
Sis, we are way over our time, but this was so lovely talking to you tonight about
Thank you,
this.
sis. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, sis.
Thank
Thank you
you,
for the
everybody.
opportunity. Thank God. Thank God for our God mind. Thank God for discernment. Thank God for His grace in our lives. Thank God for everything. Just thank God. Because we can. Just because we can. I always tell people that if you have the opportunity to thank God, thank God. Because there's
Mm.
people lying in their graves that didn't have that opportunity tonight to do that. So thank God.
Thank
Thank God for
God.
love. Thank God for us.
Mm.
Thank God for this. Thank God for helping us connect to one another. Thank God for
Mm.
that. Thank you, viewers, for your time. Thank you for tuning in. We pray for understanding. We pray for love. We pray for wisdom. Hopefully, knowingly, God will, God will it. God is willing it. So thank you for that. Thank you for tuning in, viewers. And may you have a wonderful evening and a wonderful dream, whoever you are. May God show you tonight what you've been waiting for. May you have that clarity, whoever you are.
Inshallah, inshallah, inshallah,
Whoever
inshallah,
you are, you will have.
inshallah,
God
inshallah.
is willing it. Take it,
God is
God is willing it.
inshallah. God is willing. Inshallah, God is willing.
Thank you.
Mm. Sis, you know,
Thank you, sir.
I'm, yes. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Thank you for your beautiful praise. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Thank you for sharing your time. Thank you for sharing your energy. So that's beautiful energy with us. We are grateful and we treat it with honor and respect. And so tonight, I think the time is needed. This conversation is it demands almost time, and so that people can identify with what is happening to them. Because, like I said in the beginning of the video, these energies were not as prevalent as they were 25 years ago. 25 years ago, we had a shift in energy. People became extremely uh, negative. We call it narcissistic or psychopathic behavior, this behavior of greed and and selfishness and abuse. I wouldn't even say selfishness because sometimes it's not bad to be selfish on yourself, but they take it to the extent of they think of no one and nothing else. There's no collective, it's all about them. So they are so prevalent right now in the world that it is starting to affect too many people. And I am glad that we were given this opportunity to speak to the people. That sis, you could sit with us tonight. I thank God for you
Thank
and
God.
for your light and for your spirit.
Thank God. Mm.
And that you, like I said, that you share it with us. And we respect and we honor it. And to the family at home, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe again. You There is a bell either on the right or on the left side of the screen. It's called notification. You click on the bell, and every time we upload a video or we go live, you get notified. And so you can keep up to date with, because our episodes almost go into a series. And so to get to the next episode, keep the notifications on because it's always a follow up of what we've discussed, and we
Mhm.
hope that enlightenment, enlightenment in
Yeah.
love, enlightenment in understanding, enlightenment for the one, for the great.
God willing. God is
God
willing
willing,
it.
God is willing it, inshallah. On that note, good
So,
night, family. Good afternoon, family. Or good morning. Be safe wherever you are, and walk with the light. Walk with God. Thank you, sis.
walk with God. Walk with God.
Okay.
Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis.
Bye, viewers.
Have a blessed one. See you soon.